Hi, I'm Ashley Olson with the United Way of Lake County, and I've had the pleasure of working with many of you on the Women's Leadership Council. In this video, you're going to have the opportunity to learn a little bit more about what programs we're able to fund through your generous contributions in the Women's Philanthropy Fund. 56 women and $26,000 is able to provide 3 new grants. These funded grants are Success by 6 Countdown Camp, the Summer Enrichment Collaborative, and Reading Power. We hope you enjoy learning a little bit more about how your generous contribution is going to make a huge impact in the community.
This is the recipient of the $12,000 grant through the Women's Leadership Council Philanthropy Fund, and it's going to kick off in the summer of 2015. It's designed to prepare children who with no preschool experience with what is their role going to be as a kindergarten student. Families sign up for the program. It's free. They sign up for it when they come for kindergarten registration in the spring, and often it's the first contact these children will have with formal learning environments. The camp is taught by the person who will be their child's teacher in kindergarten, and it takes place in the school setting. So it's the first chance the kids have before the rest of the kids come to actually be in the classroom with that teacher that they're going to be working with. The students attend school for half a day for 2 weeks, and it's learning things like proper school behavior, colors, shapes, numbers, how to write their name, and other important basic skills. It's in the concept stages, but with this grant, we're going to be able to start piloting the program in Waukegan. It's very replicable to other low-income communities as well. And this year's grant will be to cover the cost for developing the program, which includes the staffing and the costs for developing curriculum, recruiting and training volunteers, other partners, contracting with teachers, and making building arrangements for this program to take place. So not only will the program be a great way for kids who really need it and families who can get their kids ready kind of in a boot camp kind of way for kindergarten, it'll also provide the WLC members with volunteer opportunities throughout the
To talk to you about the Summer Enrichment Collaborative. I think that most of you are a little familiar if you had any of the information that we supplied as part of the grant application. But for those of you maybe who haven't really had an opportunity to take a look at that application or aren't familiar with it, I'll just let you know that it's a partnership between the Waukegan School District, the Waukegan Park District, the Waukegan Public Library, and the United Way. They are working together, really all of us are working together to make sure that children have an opportunity for learning over the summer months. I think that maybe some of you are familiar with the statistics that show that children that don't really have educational opportunities over the summer months lose anywhere from 2 to 3 months of learning in that short time period. And that is particularly true of low-income children. So again, the school district has partnered with the park district to provide a full day learning opportunity for the low-income children in their school district. The funding that the Women's Leadership Council provided, the $8,000, will provide scholarships to those families that otherwise wouldn't have been able to afford this opportunity. We were able to get some information from the school district before we came this afternoon, and they let us know that of the $8,000, I think it's all been spent. They were able to provide 30 scholarships for these children to attend the summer enrichment and then to be able to participate in the Park District programming, which is immediately afterwards. And they also sent me just a few stories to share. If I'm not taking up too much time, I just have a couple of stories that they shared with us about some of the individuals who will be receiving the scholarships. A second grade student who's homeless and has a disabled mother will be attending the district summer enrichment and park district program. He is in the bottom 25% academically and needs the support so that he doesn't lose the gains he made this year.
Our program is quite unique because we work with students during the school day, so we're really able to tutor the students who need us the most. Their parents don't have to get after school, sometimes it's difficult, and so we're able to assess the entire grade. So when we start in September, we assess the entire first grade, and then we look at the bottom 20%, and we're able to then give one-to-one reading intervention to the students who fall into that 20% and who are not qualified for any district-sponsored services. So they're not receiving special ed, they're not getting to work with a reading specialist. So these are students who otherwise would fall through the cracks, like to go deeper into North Chicago and be able to tutor kids even sooner. So we are going to use the generous $6,000 to start the work on piloting a pre-kindergarten program for one-to-one to assess. It's hard sometimes, to assess 3-year-old. You guys were doing the kindergarten readiness, right? We want to get them so we know they're ready for kindergarten when they get to the United Way. And we're also really excited to partner with the United Way on the home visits. We cross over a lot of students, so the early learning clubs, all of the home visits, everything overlaps. So we're just a piece of the puzzle in all of the wonderful work that's going on in Lake County.
And the very fifth thing, the very last thing I should say, is when people want to do everything at the same time. I'm going to remodel my kitchen, my bathroom, I'm adding an addition, and I'm doing the landscaping, and not only that, but we're remodeling the entire basement. Oh my gosh, you're asking for such a big mess and an explosion. You really need to go from room to room. You can have a plan and ideas of colors and design for the rest of the rooms, but don't start multiple rooms. You'll never get them done. You'll never enjoy it. It'll become a nightmare. So if you're starting on a project, go for the room that you use the most. When I go into somebody's home and they're, say, remodeling, I ask them, what room do you usually enjoy the most? Most people say kitchen or family. Well, let's work on that first, so that when the rest of this mess is going on in your house, you have a little place to come to with your family that you can enjoy. But if you take that spot and everything that you do, and every room is a mess, you come home, you feel like a refugee. And the whole idea of come home is to feel like you're at home. We have enough chaos in our world, in our life, that to come home to so many projects and nothing's done, it just takes the joy out of design. I say have fun, do what makes you happy, because we are on this earth for a very short time. So if you want flowers and you want them to be black, or you want ducks that are dressed, whatever it is that you want, you should do it, you can do it